I can't get them all in frame. Oh no. Duh. How's it going, everyone? Happy New Year. Yay. It is officially 2026 and this is my first video of the year. And we're starting off with a bang. We are decluttering. Well, I don't know how much we're gonna declutter. So I have 29 palettes in front of me. I have 30 or 29, I think, palettes in front of me, mostly indie palettes. And I'm going to go through my collection, maybe declutter a couple, and yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Okay, I'm gonna go by brand, I think. Let's start with my newest purchase, From the Roots by Day Day Signature. Oops. I think this is awesome. I haven't used this yet. I just got it in the mail. I think it was on sale when I got it, and I really like it. It's a little different than what I usually go for, but the reason I got this palette was because of two shades that really make me happy. So this one, which is Royal Descent, and Olive Tree. I'm olive and I love an olive shade. Haven't used this one yet, but I'm excited to try it out. This is the first time I'm trying one of Day Day Signature's palettes. Also, if this video, like the editing is a bit clunky, it's because I'm editing out an alarm that's like going off in like the alarm system. The battery needs to be changed and I don't know how to do that. So, yep. Figuring that out. Okay, Fantasy Cosmetica is one brand that I would love to try more things. I bought this palette mostly, genuinely, like, to be super honest with you, I bought this palette mostly because I'm a big fan of Betty Jean's content. And not that I think that that was the only way I could support her. I just wanted to try the brand and this felt like a good place to start, which, I mean, I'm happy I have it, especially because of these shimmers, especially this Hex shimmer. But I'm going to be honest, this is not the most me palette of all time. Just because these vampy kind of shades are really not what I'm most drawn to. But I've used it a couple times. The quality, I have no complaints. I'm keeping it because I love Betty Jean's content, and I also think I can appreciate this for what it is, really. All right, this might be one that I declutter. This is Wandering Soul by MBA Cosmetics. It's fine, but one thing I will complain about, I'm not super sure, but this cover looks so AI to me. I'll look into it, but that really bothers me if that's the case. And not a big fan of beiges in my palettes, and a lot of these mattes are not really my thing, or I feel like I have them otherwise in my collection. I don't really have a lot of people in my life who are fans of eyeshadow like I am, so I am going to try to find a home for this. If I can't, I might genuinely like pluck off the shimmers that I love and get rid of the shades I don't use. I have this Unleasha palette, and frankly, I don't like it. I don't like it very much. It's super, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like really flaky. It has like heavy fallout throughout the day, and that kind of bothers me, honestly. But frankly, I just also am bothered by the fact that this is so hard to take off my eyes. So I'm gonna pass this along. Okay, this is my first Viseart palette. I got this, what is it? The Dark Petite Mattes. And I bought this because I've always wanted to try Viseart formula, the Viseart formula, but also because I love the idea that I can just pluck these out and do like BYOPs with them. I didn't want to get like a regular huge palette, if that makes sense. I wanted to try one of the little ones, see how I feel, and I'm excited to try it. So this stays. I only have one Melts palette, but I really love this color story. I'm a big Frankenstein fan, the novel, really. I'm not the most like neutral, like I don't feel like I need a bunch of neutral palettes in my collection, but this is a good one to have. I don't have that many, so I really love this neon, and yep. Now this pains me, not because I'm gonna get rid of it, I'm not. I love this palette. This is one of the palettes that I made one of my favorite looks I've ever made with. This is Gourman Girls Silent Night. It pains me because I want one of the old, I think it was the Haunted palette and also the Nightshade palette that I just never got. And I love them, like the colors. I see other people's declutters and stuff, and I think they're so beautiful. I hope they, like, especially, like, is it Nightshade, the purple one? I hope it gets restocked eventually. How do I say this? This is the, out of the eyeshadow palettes I tried this year, this has the best quality for me. It just, and maybe it's the color story that really helped my brain blend things, but I love this. This is the However You Pronounce This palette. I literally forgot the brand. Okay, this is by, yep, Terramoons. I have mixed feelings about Terramoons. I don't know if I'm going to be purchasing much from them, but and that's like not me saying that you have to feel the same way. But I think more importantly, I don't love the color story. I love the shade, the 13 Zodiac. I might keep this around a little longer. I'm not gonna get any use out of this. I'm gonna see if I can pluck some of these shades out, these two specifically, but otherwise, I like the quality. Not sure I buy again from the brand, and it's just not the color story made for me. It was kind of a dumb buy, but here's my Unearthly palettes. The first one is Murky Meadow, and I'm keeping this because I think the shades individually are really nice. I love this mustard. I love this neon. I find them useful because they're magnetic, and they're going to be great for the build your own palette thing I'm going to start on Instagram. So keeping this, although I do think, someone mentioned it on YouTube, I forget who, but I do think that this palette is having a bit of an existential crisis. Like, it doesn't know what it wants to do with itself. My brain can't really, like, understand how to make a cohesive look out of this. I didn't really like the look I made, so keeping this for utilitarian reasons mainly. This one though is one of the my favorite color stories in my collection, also magnetic, and I just think it's gorgeous. Although this Bear Bite shade pisses me off because I love the rest of the color story, and I feel like there could have been something else here that really complements this. Maybe like a darker green or something to add a little more depth. I just love this so much. I think it's like cooler kind of tones still work for me, even though I'm very warm. I really like this. It's gorgeous, and I love the sturdiness of the packaging from Unearthly. Cosmic brushes. I love this. The Lovers palette. It's one of the palettes I use the most this year, even though it doesn't really look like it. I used this for a concert. I really love the look, and then I kept going back to it. I do wish this was magnetic, but the price point of cosmic brushes is so good for the market that it's in, and I really like this. I'm not sure how I feel about having a black shade in my palettes just yet. I don't think it's that necessary, but I really like how soft this palette is, and I love the art. And this is a new purchase I have not gotten to use yet, but this is the Muse palette, and this might be my favorite color story in my collection. Like, this is perfect for me. The olive, kind of warmer tones, a little pastel moment right here. It's just gorgeous, and I love yellow with green, and I'm very excited to use this. Okay, I'm not sure if it's pronounced Divaroon or Divaroon, but Magnetic Aurelia is from collaboration with Andromeda. That's Andromeda on Instagram with Divaroon. And yeah, not a cool tone girl, but these two, first of all, are one of my like two favorite shades of my entire collection. I love this palette. I love the looks I did with it, and it's, you can tell this is one of the few ones that I'm like, you can really tell I got in here. And yeah, I love that they're magnetic. I love this color story because it really made me feel super creative, even though it's not a palette that like I usually be drawn to because of the cool tones. Really love this, but I am biased because I love Andromeda. They're the coolest human being in the world, and also maybe making me very curious about wrestling, which I really don't need a new hobby. Okay, Witch of the Wildflower. This color story, I ranked my palettes like for fun with my boyfriend. That's something we do from time to time. This ranked like first or second for some reason, and not for some reason, like this wasn't in my life yet, but this is one of my favorite color stories. You can tell why, right? The similarity a little bit between these two, like yellow, greens, purples, pinks, that kind of vibe I really resonate with, but I still think these are separate in my brain. Like I need both of them. I need both of them. So those. All right, these two from Lend Money, I also have more, but these are my workhorses. Especially, I'm excited to use them for my build your own palettes. These are, there's some shades missing. These might be incorrect, but whatever. These are really practical. Like I said, took some of these shimmers traveling with me, but I got it as from a recommendation from Ellie Star. I asked her about like just, you know, exploring more creatively with my makeup, and she mentioned like get the blends palette if you want to like practice some color, and that's what I did, and they're kind of going to be the workhorses for my collection. And then I have Divination, which I got secondhand, pretty pristine, still had the cover, everything. I'm in love with this one. Again, you will notice just kind of pinks, greens, blues. This kind of, the oliveness of this palette really appeals to me because I am olive. I won't shut up about it, as you know. And I love I wish this was magnetic. I really wish this was magnetic. I don't think it is, right? Yeah, it's, okay. It's not magnetic. I really wish it was. I'm not getting rid of this. This for a beginner is so nice because of these gradients. Like I can make 100 looks with this palette, but the way it's organized is really helpful in my brain. And I know some people really prefer their palettes to be very scattered so they can be more creative, but I'm beginning my journey, so I'm happy to be practical. And then my favorite palette of, I think the last ranking I did, and first, this was the palette that ranked the highest. I think Muse in Witch of the Wildflower kind of beat this out of the way a little bit, but honestly, this is gorgeous. I was skeptical at first when I first saw it, but I'm in love, and the mattes from Blend Bunny are so lovely, so great for someone like me who's starting out. I think 2 shades are flipped in this, by the way, because I took them traveling and I just popped them back in. But my only complaint is these. I have no purpose for those because for my skin tone, they disappear. But the rest of the palette is so useful. Again, magnetic, so build your own palette, yada yada. Let's do my 2 Bella Beauty Bar palettes. Coalescence is one of the most beautiful palettes I've ever seen. And even though it's cool toned, usually not my thing, the thought process behind this is just so amazing to me. Like, I love the way these colors work together. So I just felt like I had to get this collaboration with Nooper, and I am so happy I have it. It is gorgeous, even though I will be honest, the packaging is not my favorite thing. Like I compared the Poison Garden to the Coalescence, and I understand the meaning. I love a more intricate kind of cover, but you know, it does work with the color story. No big complaints here. I love the inside, kind of this hollow kind of thing going on, but that's just my personal opinion. But Poison Garden was my first indie love, and I've talked about it before in this channel, so I'm not going to bore you, but these grungy olive tones really work for me. I've been getting into it a bit more. I kind of ranked it lower in my ranking when I first got this, but honestly, it's gorgeous and I have no complaints. Yeah, and I love that most of these shades are very useful to me. My only complaint is this one and this one, which again, don't really show up on my skin tone. Every single shade in a palette is not going to work for every single person, so. We've got my Odin's Eye, but yep, these are gorgeous. We have the Norns, We have the Soul Mane. And this one, I busted up a little bit, but I love these two. And we'll get to the Stone and Rock and Jewels and Gem in a second. I will say, I love this one. So this is staying. I love the purples. I love the, it's like a muted vibrancy. I don't know how to explain that. But it's just really impactful while also not being super bright, which I love a bright palette, but I also appreciate this a lot. But between my Norns and my Jewels and Gem, these are so similar to me. I don't know, I see a lot of parallels. And again, cool tones are not super my thing. So I don't know. I am more drawn to, despite these two shades, these three shades really that are gorgeous, I love them, I am a bit more drawn. What do I want to do? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these aside and I'm going to test them out. Like, I'm going to do a look with this one, another look with this one, just see how I feel, like how many looks can I make, what's more practical choice. So I'm going to put these aside and just battle them. And then we have Stone and Rock. Again, this type of green calls my name. But I love this palette. It is not super warm like I usually like, but it challenges me a little bit. Although this shade is stupid to me. I don't use white. So maybe I can find a way to incorporate it, but really love this palette. So keeping that one. What's next? We're almost done. Again, I don't have 200 palettes like some folks do, which is fine. I just don't want to have 200 palettes at this point in my life. But we have Nomad. Oh, I forgot this Odin's Eye. I got it, the Hella palette, the collaboration. This is also one of my favorite color stories in my collection. It's gorgeous. I got it in the new release, so appreciate this color story. It's glorious. So, my Nomad palettes. I love this like textured painting kind of vibe. And the color story really speaks to me. This primary color kind of thing, really love it. How many looks you can make with this palette. I love the quality. I do think the shimmers from Nomad are not my favorite. They're not bad, but they're not my favorites. But I'm keeping this one. I'm definitely keeping my Chicago Speakeasy, even though I haven't played with it nearly enough. I love this palette, even though mine came a little bit busted. I just love the shades. I think this is really special. I don't really see much like this in my collection. I am gonna let go of this one. I forget if it's Okavango or I don't know, the Safari one. I have a lot of these colors in my collection already, and they look dusty. Like, they look dusty to me. They don't show up really well in my eyes, and I'm just gonna see if someone in my life has interest in this. So I'm only decluttering a couple palettes, really. Wandering Soul, this one, and I'm deciding between these two. But yeah, I think I love my collection. I think I've curated it to the point that I want, even though I'm pretty new in this indie shadow game. I did buy a lot of things, in my opinion, like this year, and I'm gonna slow down this year, not buy every release. I think I did buy things that I really resonate with, but just going to try to build my own palettes when I see a color story that I really like, that kind of thing. Just really chill out and only get the things that really resonate with me. And even if they resonate with me, just make sure, like, do you have this in your collection? So yeah, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, and see ya.